of people infected with the new H1N1 virus.
Confined livestock conditions behind many serious epidemics.
The total number of confirmed swine flu cases worldwide is surpassing 9,830 across 40 countries.
With cases in Japan continuing to soar and tallies already high in Spain and the United Kingdom at more than 100 each. The World Health Organization, or WHO, is closer than ever to raising the alert to level 6, which means that the swine flu has become a pandemic.
This and the production of a swine flu vaccine are the focus of discussions at a 5-day meeting this week among health officials from WHO's 193 member states.
Presence of the virus has now been confirmed in several countries in the Southern Hemisphere, where epidemics of seasonal influenza will soon be picking up. We have every reason to be concerned about interactions of the new H1N1 virus with other viruses that are currently circulating in humans. Moreover, we must never forget the H5N1 avian influenza virus is now firmly established in poultry in several countries. No one can say how this avian virus will behave when pressured by large numbers of people infected with the new H1N1 virus. As I said, an influenza pandemic is an extreme expression of the need for global solidarity. We are all in this together.
Experts have already warned of the possibility that the current swine flu cases could develop into a severe pandemic, similar to the one in 1918 that claimed 100 million lives worldwide in just 18 months.
Dr. Anne-Marie Kimball, MD, a specialist in emerging respiratory diseases in the U.S., shared in a phone conversation with Supreme Master Television how most infectious disease arises from contact between humans and animals in confined spaces.
I understand that a number of viral epidemics in the past have come from the animal kingdom. Could you speak to that?
There's a long history of many of these different pathogens originally being with animals, and then animals get them from us as well. So it's kind of a back and forth trade, if you will, the closer that we are to animals. You certainly have heard of E. coli 0157H7, and that, of course, comes from cattle into humans, and that's probably been related to the consolidation of feedlots in the United States over the last 25 years. So I think, as you go back and study each one, there will be an animal link and often an animal source. Some of the studies that have been done by the FAO, for example, indicate that when you have intensive poultry agriculture with thousands and thousands of birds in a barn, superimposed on very high density human living, that combination had a lot to do with sort of ecologically tipping us into what we were facing with bird flu, which is recurrent outbreaks among poultry flocks, but also human cases of bird flu, which were 60% fatal.
Thank you, Dr. Anne-Marie Kimball, and all those working to clarify the significant health threat that comes from raising animals for food. As we join in sorrow for the lives lost, we continue to pray for a minimized effect of the swine flu as people unite in opting for better health through a sustainable, safer, vegan diet.
An animal-free diet reduces type 2 diabetes and obesity. A study by researchers at Loma Linda University in California, USA, found that all types of vegetarians were at less risk for obesity than meat eaters, with vegans the lowest at an average body mass index, or BMI, of 23.6 compared to meat eaters at 28.8. Furthermore, the occurrence of type 2 diabetes in vegans was also lowest at 2.9% in comparison to meat eaters at 7.6%. These results support previous findings that the risk of obesity and other health conditions can be minimized and even treated by a plant-based diet. Our appreciation, Loma Linda scientists, for providing factual information about the numerous health benefits of a compassionate veg diet. Let us quickly restore our well-being through lifestyles free of all animal products.
Vegetarianism in religion. The Baha'i Faith. Regarding the eating of animal flesh and abstinence therefrom, know thou of a certainty that, in the beginning of creation, God determined the food of every living being, and to eat contrary to that determination is not approved. Selections from the Baha'i writings on some aspects of health and healing.
Buddhism. All meats eaten by living beings are of their own relatives. Lankavatara Sutra.
Gaudai. The most important thing is to stop killing, because animals also have souls and understand like humans. If we kill and eat them, then we owe them a blood debt. Teachings of the Saints.
Christianity. Meats for the belly and the belly for meats, but God shall destroy both it and them. Holy Bible.
And while the flesh was yet between their teeth, ere it was chewed, the wrath of the Lord was kindled against the people, and the Lord smote the people with a very great plague. Holy Bible.
Confucianism. All men have a mind which cannot bear to see the sufferings of others. The superior man, having seen the animals alive, cannot bear to see them die. Having heard their dying cries, he cannot bear to eat their flesh. Mencius.
Essenes. I am come to end the sacrifices and feasts of blood, and if ye cease not offering and eating of flesh and blood, the wrath of God shall not cease from you. Gospel of the Holy 12.
Hinduism. Since you cannot bring killed animals back to life, you are responsible for killing them. Therefore, you are going to hell. There is no way for your deliverance. Adi Lila.
He who desires to augment his own flesh by eating the flesh of other creatures lives in misery in whatever species he may take his birth. Mahabharata. Anu.
Islam. Allah will not give mercy to anyone except those who give mercy to other creatures. Hadith.
Do not allow your stomachs to become graveyards of animals. Hadith.
Jainism. A true monk should not accept such food and drink as has been especially prepared for him involving the slaughter of living beings. Sutra Kritanga.
Judaism. And whatsoever man there be of the house of Israel, or of the strangers that sojourn among you, that eateth any manner of blood, I will even set my face against that soul that eateth blood, and will cut him off from among his people. Holy Bible. Blood meaning flesh.
Sikhism. Those mortals who consume marijuana, flesh, and wine, no matter what pilgrimages, fasts, and rituals they follow, they will all go to hell. Guru Granth Sahib.
Taoism. Do not go into the mountain to catch birds in nets, nor to the water to poison fishes and minnows. Do not butcher the ox that plows your field. Tract of the Quiet Way.
Tibetan Buddhism. The offering to the deities of meat obtained by killing animate beings is like offering a mother the flesh of her own child, and this is a grievous failure, the supreme path of discipleship.
Zoroastrianism. Those plants I, Ahura Mazda, or God, rain down upon the earth to bring food to the faithful and fodder to the beneficent cow. Avesta.
Everybody knows that vegetarian diet is good for health and to save the planet. They will be awakening their own great compassionate, loving self-nature, and then their level of consciousness will rise up automatically, and they will understand more than they ever did, and they'll be closer to heaven than what they are right now.